in the third grade Your Turn practice book, working on pages 91 and 97 today. Our vocabulary words: inventor, observer, bounce, imagine. Use the context clues. So the context clues are the words that are all around this blank right here. Use the context clues in each sentence to help you decide which vocabulary word fits best in the blank. Best means maybe more than one could fit in there, but we have to choose what we think fits best. So let's read. Lawrence was fascinated as he watched the crew at the construction site in town. A new office building was being built, and Lawrence had been an blank all summer. Well, the first clue that I see is this letter N. When you have A-N, that means the next word will start with a vowel. So if it had been a blank, then I would have said maybe it would have started with the letter B. But since it has an and then the blank, I know it's going to start with an I or an O or an I, okay? So let's put each of those words in and see which one makes sense. A new office building was being built, and Lawrence had been an inventor all summer. Maybe. We don't know. We don't know much about Lawrence yet. Next one is Lawrence had been an observer all summer. So let's go back. Lawrence was fascinated as he watched. Another word for watch is to be observant or to observe. So I know that that word would fit best right in here. I'm not going to write it in yet, though. I want to keep reading and see if it fits somewhere else better. Today's the day it's finally done, he told his friend Walter, standing next to him. Wow, said Walter, it's been so long. They gazed up at the tall glass building. Yes, when I first saw them knocking the old building down with a wrecking ball, I thought the ball would blank right off the brick. So let's see. The ball would inventor off the brick, observer off the brick, bounce off the brick, or imagine. It makes sense if we see the ball would bounce, because he's saying that he didn't think that that wrecking ball would go through. He thought it would bounce right off. So we're going to put bounce in here, and then I'm going to cross it off at the top. This just helps me keep track of the words I've already done. Lawrence said, but that was just the beginning of the fun. Lawrence loved to blank himself, wearing a hard hat, hammering, and putting up walls. So if you're going to blank yourself wearing a hard hat, hammering, and putting up walls, you're probably going to imagine. He's going to imagine. So Lawrence loved to imagine himself wearing a hard hat, hammering, and putting up walls. He admired the skill of the workers and the tools they used. The blank of all of those tools must have been very smart. He said they are all so useful. So let's see. The observer of the tools is smart, or the inventor of the tools? I would say the inventor. The inventor of the tools must have been so smart. I-N-V-E-N-T-O-R, which reminds me that right up here we were correct. A new office building was being built, and Lawrence had been an observer. He'd been watching all summer long. Okay. Let's go to page 97. Read each passage and then write the simile on the line. Then write the two things that are being compared. Two letters stirred together like a thick, messy mush. Let me read that again. The letters stirred together like a thick, messy mush. So the simile, what are we doing? We're comparing letters to a thick, messy mush, which means the letters are like getting all mixed up. When you stir together, that's like mixing something up. When I began reading When I began reading, a book was like a bowl of letter soup. So we're comparing the book to a bowl of soup. And what does that mean? That a book was like a bowl of letter soup. It means everything was all just kind of scrambled. He didn't really understand it. So I'm going to say hard to understand reading at first because he said when he began. So I brought books to my mom and dad like gifts for a long time. So books are being compared to gifts. And what does that mean? The books are precious and special, like a present. Oops, sorry. Like a present. And then put a period right there.